It began on a seemingly ordinary day in St. Petersburg when Ivan Matveitch, a civil servant of middling rank but colossal self-importance, decided to visit the famous arcade. He was accompanied by his wife, Elena Ivanovna, a woman of striking beauty and striking shallowness, and their friend, the narrator. Their destination was a spectacle that had captivated the city, a massive crocodile recently brought to the capital by a German entrepreneur. Ivan Matveitch walked with the air of a man destined for greatness, eager to demonstrate his intellectual superiority to his wife, while Elena was merely there because seeing the monster was the fashionable thing to do. Upon entering the dimly lit room, they found the beast lying motionless, looking more like a lifeless log than a predator. The German owner looked on proudly at his Karlchen, but Ivan Matveitch was unimpressed. Desiring to show off his bravery and wit, he began to taunt the creature. He tapped its nose with his glove, tickled its snout, and mocked its sluggishness. But hubris, as it often does, invited disaster. In a split second, the lifeless log sprang into action. The massive jaws snapped open and in one gulp swallowed Ivan Matveitch whole. For a brief, terrifying moment, only his legs kicked in the air, and then he was gone. The scene that followed was not one of tragic heroism, but of pure farce. Elena Ivanovna screamed, but her terror was not for the loss of her husband, but for the inconvenience of her own social standing. "What will become of me?" she wailed. "Shall I be a widow? How awkward!" The German owner, meanwhile, fell to his knees, weeping not for the man inside, but for his property. "My crocodile! My Karlchen!" he cried, terrified that the official inside might damage the expensive animal's digestion. In that moment, human life was instantly weighed against social status and commercial value, and found wanting. But then, the impossible happened. From the depths of the reptile's belly came a muffled yet distinct voice. Ivan Matveitch was alive. The beast was hollow, empty, and surprisingly spacious. The narrator, horrified, shouted that they must cut the animal open immediately to save him. But the voice from within hesitated. Ivan Matveitch, the man who had been ignored his entire career, suddenly realized something profound. He was now the center of attention. He was no longer just a clerk. He was the man in the crocodile. "Cut it open," Ivan mused from the darkness. "Is that wise? Think of the economic implications." Inside the beast, Ivan Matveitch underwent a transformation. He declared that the interior was soft, warm, and conducive to deep thought. He decided that he would not demand to be rescued. Instead, he would turn the crocodile's belly into a pulpit. "I shall teach humanity from here," he proclaimed. "I shall invent a new system of philosophy. Finally, people will listen to me." He preferred the captivity of the monster, where he was a celebrity, to the freedom of the outside world, where he was a nobody. Desperate, the narrator rushed to appeal to Timofey Semyonich, a high-ranking bureaucrat, pleading for an order to slice the beast open. But the official shook his head with cold, administrative logic. The crocodile, he explained, was foreign capital. The German had invested in Russia. To destroy the crocodile would be an offense against the sacred principles of economics. Progress demands sacrifice, the official implied. It was better for a Russian soul to rot inside a foreign belly than to disturb the flow of commerce. And so, a new, grotesque normalcy settled over them all. The German owner doubled the entrance fee, delighted by the increased profits. Elena Ivanovna found that she quite enjoyed being a straw widow, free to flirt and hold court at parties, using her husband's bizarre predicament as a conversation starter. And Ivan Matveitch remained inside, perfectly content, shouting his delusions of grandeur to the paying public, convinced he had found the ultimate truth. The story ends there, leaving us with the chilling realization that vanity can flourish in the darkest of places, and that society will happily accept any madness as long as it is profitable.